In Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Harry Potter and Cedric Diggory were transported to a graveyard at the climax of the third task. In this graveyard, Wormtail, carrying a feeble Voldemort, came along to join them. At Voldemort's command, Wormtail cast the killing curse at Cedric Diggory, ending his life and leaving Harry alone before them. But what if Cedric managed to dodge the attack and overpower Wormtail? I am the Media Dunce, and here's my fanfiction of what would have happened if Cedric Diggory survived his encounter with Wormtail and Voldemort. So, Voldemort hisses his infamous line, but Cedric dodges this and is filled with such rage that someone just attempted to use the killing curse on him. He bum rushes Wormtail and overpowers him, causing Wormtail to drop Voldemort. Cedric has Wormtail at wand point, pondering what to do. "Who the bloody hell are you?" Cedric cried, with more fury than before. "His name is Peter Pettigrew," Harry said. "Who?" Gasping through the pain, Harry said, "Remember how Sirius Black was big news a year ago?" "What about Sirius?" "This man framed Sirius for those crimes," Harry said, "and he's returned to his master." "What are you talking about?" "That bundle right there? That's Voldemort!" Cedric turned his gaze to Voldemort just as Harry finally stood up and forced himself to walk over, his scar causing him increased agony with every step. "Ah!" Cedric cried when he saw Voldemort in all of his feeble, deformed glory. We need to take him to Dumbledore," Harry said. "He'll know what to do." It took Harry an effort to convince Cedric to agree, still furious that he could have been killed maliciously a minute earlier. Cedric ordered Wormtail to pick Voldemort up. Harry was in sheer agony by the time he reached them. Cedric had Harry touch Wormtail, while Diggory himself summoned the cup. The group was teleported to the stadium, where there were initially cheers. Harry just knelt over and crept away from Wormtail to nurse his scar. The crowd gradually stopped cheering as they saw Harry crouched down and Cedric pointing his wand angrily at Wormtail, whom the audience began noticing for the first time. Dumbledore began rushing down to check out the scene, as did Cornelius Fudge and a couple ministry officials. Wormtail immediately transformed himself into a rat, but Dumbledore swiftly reversed the transformation. Barty Crouch Jr., disguised as Moody, desiring to bail out Voldemort, decided it was too risky to attempt such a rescue and instead approached Harry and checked for wounds. The plan was to get Harry's blood to restore Voldemort. However, he had to postpone Voldemort's return for a bit and instead get a sample of blood to use later. He then left Harry and quietly snuck away. As Cedric was telling ministry officials that Pettigrew tried to kill him, Dumbledore approached Voldemort, stuck on the ground and unable to resist. Dumbledore looked upon Voldemort with disgust, but knowing the optics of Voldemort looking like a feeble child, approached a couple auras telling them that Voldemort needed to be secured. Wormtail was arrested and interrogated. Eventually, he coughed up his role not only in the Triwizard Tournament, but his role in Sirius Black's imprisonment as well. Harry was able to back up Cedric's claim against Wormtail. Eventually, the Ministry decided to clear Sirius after reinvestigating his case. Cho, thinking that Harry could have done more, became less friendly towards Harry despite Cedric's explanations. As for Voldemort, his evil body soon expired, and his ghost met up with Crouch Jr., no longer disguised as Moody, who would eventually be found by Dumbledore. Together, they would return to the graveyard, create a new body for Voldemort, and with the blood Crouch Jr. extracted from Harry, rejuvenate the Dark Lord. While the Ministry would not be able to verify Voldemort's proper return, the Dark Lord's recent appearance and subsequent investigation meant that his return was possible. It would not be politically viable for Fudge to sweep this under the rug as he did in the original timeline. The Ministry would therefore be able to put the wizarding community on high alert, forcing Voldemort to lie low and take extra precautions.